Preston Highway Studios, it's 24-hour Purple People.
Oh, well, hello, and welcome back to 24-hour Purple People. My name is John Harper, and we're absolutely thrilled to have you along for the ride today, as we are all set to talk LouCity FC, Racing Louisville, and everything to make sure you get your weekly dose of purple. And on today's episode, Racing battles heartbreak and high altitude, but come away with no points as we preview what is now a must-win for the Lavender Ladies. And LouCity lights up Lynn Family Stadium as they inch closer to a second consecutive player shield and now head north to take on the 7th place Detroit City FC. One of two remaining away games for the boys in purple. And speaking of some more boys in purple, let me introduce my colleagues. Thank you, Ken. You kept it the same this week. He's the only guy who can cue a vinyl drop and a VAR replay in the same breath. Let's welcome Ken, our co-host with Beats Boots and a soft spot for cats. Hello, Ken.
Hey, happy to be here. I totally forgot to write a new intro.
Yes.
And I remembered right when you started the show. So,
Yes.
Oh well, we'll try again next time. Make it seriously complicated.
No. Snuck it in there. Snuck it in. All right. And hey, here's Matt.
Hey, what's up, Johnny? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Everything is everything. How are you?
That's a good way to look us up. You know, I'm not actually wearing any purple right now.
I'm not
No,
either.
just
You know,
the underwear. No, the underwear are not purple. I don't have any socks on. I got nothing purple on.
Wow.
Plenty
Yeah.
of purple
Weird.
behind you, though, so that counts.
Yeah, that's true.
That definitely counts.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm not wearing any purple, but I am representing Savannah DeMello, the USA shirt here. So,
Oh yeah.
If
Yeah.
you mix all those colors together, they make purple.
yes, this is
Or
true.
brown, I think.
Yeah.
The most.
No.
It just ends up brown.
That's generally what happens when I start mixing up the colors. It just turns to brown or something I don't want it to be. But all right, guys. Well, Friday night, Sandy, Utah. Did you know it was Sandy, Utah?
What?
Yeah, that's
Sandy, Utah?
that's the exact neighborhood, Sandy, Utah. Oddly enough, there's no sand there really, but Racing Louisville walked into America First Field with heavy legs and heavier hearts, and nearly walked out with a comeback of the ages, down 3-0 at halftime. The squad dug deep, scored twice, outplayed Utah on the stat sheet, but the scoreboard didn't budge where it mattered most, and Racing picking up a loss 3-2 against the Royals, dropping out of playoff position for the first time since May. It was a week of all sorts of emotion, travel chaos, a suspended match in Seattle that Ken got to see the first half too. But the second half showed resolve, and we're about to show you some highlights, guys. Are you ready for the highlights?
God, that's kind of a gloomy intro. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the highlights.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
Huh.
I think Savannah DeMello's absence kind of loomed large over this whole game. Short
Oh, for sure.
turnaround, team never traveled back. I guess they stayed in and around Seattle and then went to Utah. She provides an essential component to the game. You know, we win that second ball. Second ball goes to probably Savannah DeMello, maybe because she's working in that space, getting it forward. And she's also essential for the high press. So, replacing her with Katie O'Kane, which is what we assumed would happen, was certainly going to be a risk. That'll be my preface to this game.
Those are big shoes to fill, right, Katie? Katie has, but I mean, not that she didn't do it valiantly, but they're just big shoes to fill.
Yeah, without question.
We don't get lineups. We just go right to the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they kept a short split on this one. Which, you know what? A game like this, I prefer.
One thing I really, really don't like about the way the highlights are put out by the whoever puts them out is when there's a significant mistake by the referee, such as a horrible call that calls back a goal and whatnot.
Did anything like that?
Yeah.
Did anything like that happen in this game? Ken?
Yeah, I think that happened about a minute ago. Before this, got to give her credit. Tanaka, excellent goal.
World class goal.
Wonder
World class
goal.
footwork. Look at
Wonder
this.
goal. Right over O'Kane. And I don't even think it was O'Kane's fault, other than she's only 5'2" or so.
I don't know what you do against that.
Yeah, yeah. So that was all to that. But we should be tied. And then Ari just slams into the crossbar.
So you can consider the goal that got rescinded. That's like chance number one, right? And then Ari's shot just millimeters away from going in. That's two we didn't capitalize on. That
Also,
were
when you
very
score-
nearly goals.
when you score a goal like Taylor did early in the game like that, it changes the complexion of the game. It forces the opponent to start sending bodies forward. So who knows what would have happened after that if that goal had counted.
Totally different game, for sure.
Yeah. So that was a tough one. I believe Tanaka receives the ball. Nobody's closing her down right there. She's, able to freely play that, and I almost think Bloomer should have been able to push that to the side.
I've seen that goal. I've seen us give up that goal before. I really have. It just
That
seems
was
similar to a couple others. Go ahead.
That was a tougher one. The one that just happened right there was a tougher one for Bloomer, because that ball was kind of rising. So even though she was maybe had that post covered, it was rising and getting out of her reach. So I'm not going to blame her for that.
Racing comes storming back.
Yep, Sears gets
second half.
8th on the season, which I don't know puts her in 4th or 5th in the Golden Boot race. I don't think she's gonna catch.
Hey, she can take off. We don't know. We need it right now.
We do. And then
Stona shows we can also score world class goals, because this is a fantastic free kick.
She's also a world class player. I think she's been one of our top 3 players this season, for sure.
And she's flexible too. She's done it at multiple different positions. So yeah, great year for Jean.
Yeah, heartbreaking loss. I don't know what to say about it. Certainly the gods of luck are not on our side sometimes. I really would like to see Ari Borges score that goal that hit the crossbar, because I really think she needs a break, because she's had a lot of things that have not gone her way this season. So to get a confidence thing like that would be outstanding.
I think we were really missing Aaron Wright this game.
Yeah.
I mean, the turnaround in general for the game was crazy, right? So you had Seattle. The Seattle game was on Sunday, remember? So they played again on Friday. Then they had a narrower window than normal to travel and recover and train to begin with, and then that gets truncated even more with the incident on Sunday. So they've got to adjust to Aaron Wright's absence kind of on the fly, and I think you saw a little bit of that in the first half, but we grew into it in the second. We played much better in the second half. They could have flown the white flag, right? They could have folded, but they didn't, and they came back and they put 2 on the board. And I gotta commend them for the hell week that they have had to still find the gumption to kind of come back in the second half and not just fold.
Yeah, not the first time Aaron Wright's been out. So I think in the middle, Gene and Peterson did a admirable job, a good job. I think Coach Bev in the presser after the game talked a lot about second balls. And I think some other things we start missing. Taylor Flint is essential in interceptions and tackles and things like that. But then you need that player to get into that space to receive the ball and take control, thus winning the second ball. And I think when we have a player of Savannah DeMello's caliber that's in an absence like that, bringing in very young players like that, and then not having those a player like Aaron Wright behind that, all kind of in that middle of the field there to win that second ball, I think is really detrimentally affecting us. Hopefully Aaron's not that hurt, and we'll see her back on Saturday. and we'll see, and we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm. And we need her back on Saturday too. It's a must win.
It is.
It's a must win.
Absolutely. This is 5 out of 6 games where we won the XG battle, but the results keep saying not quite for racing, as you hit on there. Coach Bev called this a character test, and Sonus called it the toughest week of the season. I think we said that last week. This is, without question, the toughest time period, and the ramifications of Savannah's incident. I mean, it was felt all over the league. It was even felt with Louisville City with Kyle Adams. I was imagining him taking that personal day on Saturday had something to do with that as well. We know that Savannah is back in Louisville, and she is doing well. She has returned, I think it was on Friday or Thursday, that she returned back to Louisville. 5 games to go, guys, and this is a must-win against Angel City, which we will preview a little bit later on, but a 10th versus 11th battle for playoff position, and it's going to be absolutely critical, and there's going to be some cute dogs there.
Yeah.
Oh, is it at Pups of the Pitch?
Oh, it sure is.
Oh, very nice. Okay, those are always super popular. They bring in the people. The weather should be phenomenal. No reason why people can't go and support our women in lavender.
After the week they've had to come home to puppies, I mean,
it's better than that.
Just what the doctor ordered.
That'd be pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Just from that game, I want to Janine Sonus, I thought was probably player of the match. Again, not just because she scored a goal, which was phenomenal, but the work she puts in third passes, final passes in the final third, tackles, interceptions, recoveries, all of that stuff. She's done it all season. So, definitely top 2, top 3 players so far this season.
Yeah.
Sarah Weber had a really good game off the bench as well. She added a lot of pace, a lot of energy. She played really well.
She's got a good touch.
Continuing to improve.
She has a better touch than Kayla Fisher, I think. So, it's Kayla Fisher's that kind of battering ram that's going to cover a ton of ground and make a ton of tackles and disrupt the play. But that finishing touch, I think you get with Weber. So toss up between the two.
The swab touch.
It was an excellent free kick by Sonus. We got to see another free kick go in the next match that we're going to cover, gentlemen. And Saturday night.
Johnny?
Yeah, what a segue. I used to do those so well. Now I just don't do them at all. Saturday night, Lynn Family Stadium, Louisville City didn't just beat Las Vegas. They cashed out. They cleaned house and left the lights flickering like a broken slot machine. Yes, the house always wins, especially when that house is the fam. Final score 3-1. But you know what the real jackpot is, gentlemen? 26 shots to Vegas's 3. That is a real stat line. Believe it or not, that's actually a real thing. But believe it or not, we're ready for some highlights for this game that you guys were in attendance. I was not, and I will explain why a little bit later. It's important that I explain why to the people.
Yeah. I wish you would have worked in an Ocean's 11 reference into that whole spiel, but you know what? That was pretty good. I got to give it to you on that one.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
Good. Yeah, that Vegas keeper stood on his head. Matt, were you ever worried that we were going to lose this game?
No, not after we gave up the goal. No, not at all. Not pregame. Not doing any research into it. Yes, last week for the show. No, not at any point.
So having watched soccer for 50 years or so, I see a familiar trend. A lot of times you'll have players that play in a midfield role, sometimes even attacking midfield or winger. But as they advance in their careers, the players start to move back in position. So I think we've started to see this again with Dia. I can't remember where he played when he played for Phoenix. I believe it was much more of an attacking role. But with Adams out and Ordonez, we don't know. I think Dia really played a good game, not a great game, a good game is that in that back line with Jones and Toach.
Yeah. He's always been a good defender too. So getting to utilize that skill set, I mean, makes him just that more valuable.
Yeah.
Gledo, Gledo getting his first start since June. Also of note, Mike Watts on the call. We don't hear Mike Watts as often as I would like these days. So Mike Watts on the play-by-play.
He's gotten so popular, right? So he's doing all this other stuff. So yeah, you're right. We don't get to see him much.
He's wanted everywhere.
So do we know any of these players? Not really. I mean, I know McNamara, which we'll get to meet again later in this. Referee?
Yeah.
I
Aiden
thought-
McFadden gets to meet him too. I know Arozarena after this game.
Yeah, no kidding. I think the referee did a pretty good job. I think she maybe missed one call. I'll talk about that in a second. But this,
Look at this.
Woo!
Oh, E-Town Messi.
see you later.
My word.
Yeah, I mean, if I had any doubts that we weren't going to win this game, I think they were all alleviated by this.
What
play
a
of 5
sequence.
minutes.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, that probably woke him up. I tell you what, their keeper stood on his head though for a lot of the game. He kept the score at 3 instead of 6. Do you think that was a penalty?
Even on replay, I could not tell, but you were adamant that
What?
it was not.
It was not a penalty. It's not a penalty.
Even I can't. I'm going to check in the replay. Reasonably, he could have gotten contact. I don't know, but there's no VAR.
There's no VAR, and I think that's what I was singing at the time. Was something about no VAR.
It was a good song too.
Maybe not the best penalty shot, but this keeper, I don't have his name.
He was the player of the match in that huge 0-0 draw.
Yeah, and he's I
last
guess
week.
according to the call from Mike Watt or whatnot, he does a lot of saving penalties and things like that. This I didn't even see it when it happened.
Yeah, I didn't know what the red was for until much later, and after you see that, you kind of get it pretty quick.
Yeah,
just a
That'll get you,
rising.
you know,
It's like a Street Fighter move.
it'll get you a red card every time. I mean,
It could. You couldn't miss some games. I mean,
I guess people just like kicking Aiden McFadden in the face.
we used to.
he's kind of a pest out there, man. He's a little bit of a pest, and I'm glad he plays for us because I feel like he's one of those players that if he played against us, we would hate him.
We did.
He doesn't. He plays in purple.
I'm gonna say that goal from Las Vegas. If you could pause it or something right now,
sure.
because a lot of stuff is happening. But that goal from Las Vegas right there potentially was an inexperience of Dia that was wrong-sided by that player. I don't know because I didn't see all the lead up and the congestion and all that stuff. But potentially that was on Dia, and maybe he was just kind of outsized. Hard to say.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We needed this. All right, we needed to get a little bit of a pushback from Las Vegas in order to make this, a real game. In order to sweat a little bit, and that's we had to go to work now, right?
Yeah, we definitely after that red card kind of went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I think Danny said we went flat, and I don't. I feel for the players that probably got their asses chewed in the locker room.
Oh yeah.
Between halves, because I didn't think we were playing very well. I thought we were playing good enough to come back in the second half. We made a bunch of changes, and here we go.
You saw how dejected Davi was coming off. I mean, he looked pretty disappointed.
Yeah, he started the season on fire, but I think he's let off a little bit.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. Show it again, John. Just play it on a loop.
We've
never stop.
We've been giving a ton of props to their keeper, but I think their keeper screwed that one up because he took a couple steps forward, completely misjudged the flight of the ball, and it sailed into that corner. And it's one of those, it's going to score or it's going to get some deflections and score. It's just it was a beautiful kind of looping shot to the far corner that somebody could get on the end of, and or it would just go in. And I think that he knows it. He missed it, and it's a goal.
Did you see Lambert? There was nobody around him. So if that ball doesn't go in, I mean, Lambert's cleaning that one up. That's an easy day at the office.
I'd say your second opportunity, second bite of the apple And and I think they're playing a man down at this point. I think that is some of it. Wonderful to see Goodrum out there looking healthy, looking
Yeah.
like he's dancing on good ankles. Because I think
Look at
that's
the
what he
cuts
hurt.
he's making.
Yeah.
Good shit, Phil. Good shit. Now McCain with the captain's armband.
And put it back in the center. A whole bunch of people kicking and getting, and guess who gets his first professional goal?
So the guy who's marking Josh Jones, he's lucky he didn't die. That's like a tree falling on you, first of all.
Yes.
He's lucky to make it out of this match alive. What they don't show in this is that Goodrum dives on top of Josh Jones after this goal.
Yes.
It was like the
And so-
old celebrations back in the day of soccer in the 80s and 90s, kind of pile up celebration. But it was his first goal. So, yeah.
That's male friendship, y'all. That's positive masculinity. That's what I like to see.
It was a very cute celebration indeed. Yeah, Louisville City just outclassing Las Vegas at every corner. And I think a very important thing to mention would be that Danny Cruz becomes the youngest head coach to reach 100 wins. 35 years of age is Danny Cruz. And congratulations to Coach Cruz on that milestone. Just an incredible run for Coach Cruz in his early going. And sky's the limit for him, right, gentlemen?
Unbelievable. Best coach in the league, bar none. In my opinion, anyway. And I'm not biased whatsoever. So
No.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, obvious humility on his part, saying that he has great players, great club around him, which makes it probably a little bit easier. But he certainly has worked very hard to have a top class team. I imagine if he puts a couple of trophies, Eastern Conference and USL Championship on the shelf this year, then he will be pickings for another job in another league somewhere else.
Well, let's hope that time doesn't come. But, I mean, you know.
not too soon anyway.
I do
Not
hope
too
it
soon.
comes, because that
Yeah,
means
I hope it comes as well. Yeah. He deserves it. Yeah.
He does. He deserves it. And,
Just after this year.
yeah, I think he deserves all the credit in the world. As, you know, one thing I would say about Coach Cruz, I don't know if you guys would agree, but he had some big shoes to fill, even though Hackworth was only there for so long. Just the lineage of Louisville City coaches, it's just been a winning club, right? And he could have settled for middle-of-the-road performances, but hey, I mean, just look at this match. He was not happy. And we say that a lot, like at the press conference, like talking about that first half, saying how poor the performance was and saying the intensity was poor. And he praised the second half that they had some improvements there. But he, even with these 100 wins and setting these records, he still wants more. And I think that's why this team is so successful. He's wanting to get everything out of these players, and I think that he does.
Yeah, he kind of embodies the Louisville City culture since day one, which was set by O'Connor, and then advanced. Hackworth was a little bit different. Hackworth was very in tune with the youth league development. That's, you know, where the Winders came from, Jogo came from. A lot of those folks came from the Hackworth era. I think the Winders were a Cruz thing, but regardless, I think Cruz is a lot more like O'Connor, because he's got these super high standards, and he holds everybody to those super high standards, which is leads to a lot of his success. I mean, he, you know, the tactics. You know, we in the early years we lamented a little bit about subbing, especially after that Tampa loss and all of that stuff, and the other thing I really like about Danny Cruz is he learns, and he goes back, and he looks at himself and is critical of himself and his own performance, and figures out how to get better next time. And he makes all of those incremental steps to get better. and to push the team forward through honesty and transparency and communication, which I think really sets him apart from a lot of other coaches. He doesn't have a super high ego, and he doesn't seem to fight with the players all that much. He's really put together a good professional squad. Helps a lot being here at Louisville City, too, though. We have high standards across the board.
He knows just what to do, right, Matt?
That's right. That's right. Very well put, Ken. Very well put.
Yeah.
Another, we talked about substitutions that Danny makes while we're on the subject of Danny Cruz. Did you know that Louisville City leads the USL in substitution goals? 12 goals by substitutes this season. And also, of course, seeing Josh Jones get that first goal, the glee, the confusion of who actually scored it with him and Goodrum, and that just moment of celebration that probably will not be duplicated. I would care to guess. I don't know if they could do that again if they tried. They just pancaked right on top of each other.
It's very nice. Yeah, 12 goals from off the bench, which just says something we've been saying the whole time. We have a very deep and talented bench that could probably start everywhere else in the league.
I don't think there's a probably to it. I think this is the deepest team we've ever had. I show me another team in USL history even that is deeper than this one. I mean, consistent. We can pick from 18 starters at this point. It's fantastic. It's a wonderful time to be a
crazy. Well, the job's not done, and we have 2 road games left on the schedule, one of which is this coming up Saturday, 6 p.m. start time, Matt, up in Detroit, an area that Ken might know a little bit about.
Hamtramck.
Ham sandwich.
Yeah. It's a Motor City matchup as Louisville City heads to Keyworth Stadium. Look out for the brick wall. Riding a 4-game win streak and setting atop of the USL standings. 18-1-6, guys. They've been dominant on the road as well as at home, winning 6 straight away matches and scoring in every one of them. Detroit City FC, currently 7th on the table, just suffered a loss at home against that green team down the road. It's shown flashes, the Detroit City FC, flashes at home throughout the season, but in the last 2 outings have not scored. What do you see out of Detroit in this matchup coming up on Saturday?
Well, Hamtramck is a tough place to play in, right? No matter what, just full stop. And it's not just the atmosphere; it's the field as well, right? It's it's a tiny, it's compact. The ball's moving fast. It's on turf. It's just a tough place to play in general. I think we're going to see some fun lineups from here on out, not just in this game, but just for every game from here on out. I think we had 5 changes last game from our previous lineup. So I expect to see that same kind of rotation for the rest of the year. I think it's going to be fun. Let's get everybody in form going into the playoffs, the whole squad. And yeah, I don't see any reason why we should be dropping points in Detroit.
Yeah, I guess their fan base is all riled up too for various reasons, and they're doing
they're always riled up.
Yeah, but they're doing the typical supporter groups plural that we have been known to do, which is attacking each other instead of uniting behind the team and supporting.
Oh, good. That's fun to watch.
I can't tell because the only thing I'm on is Reddit, so I just kind of see this stuff scroll by, but it seems like there's been a little bit of drama with the club, and then everybody's mad at the NGS, which is kind of what they'd like everybody to be mad, but it's their own.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the NGS.
It's the whole gimmick, right?
It's kind of like it's what you wanted, right? So their support has been wavering a little bit. I don't think they had smoke and banners and all that crap at the last couple of games. I think maybe they're going to bring that.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is big news.
Oh, it's probably because they haven't scored.
I really couldn't figure out what was going on. It just feels like they were just failing to communicate with the club. And, having communicated with the NGS before, I can see that it's really hard to communicate with those fuckholes because
Do you think it's the stadium? Do you think they're like, okay, this is corporate now. We want to find a way to disassociate ourselves from this. This is too big time now. This is
Wait till
not
they
like a
get
cool niche indie thing anymore.
wait till they get their new stadium. I mean, it's going to
What
be
I'm saying.
That's why
super
you start.
cool.
Yeah.
They're gonna. I mean, when we went from Slugger Field to Lynn Family, it was a huge seismic change that we had in the way we related to the club. Interesting. I was talking to Ace, one of our supporters, who's in one of our supporters groups, all of which remain nameless, and they were kind of lamenting how they don't feel like the club supports them anymore. And I was like, well, shit, man, I've been in the Coopers for however many years. They club stopped supporting us 7 years ago. That's just the way it is. You know, the club is going to kind of get something out of you. No, I don't really need to work with you all that much. That's just a reality behind, you know, supporters groups and clubs. If you can get yourself past that and just unite and support the team, I think you'll be okay. But I think they're going through some of those, as you rightly called it. The club is becoming corporate. We don't like this because we're anti-corporate. They're going to have some serious frictions moving forward.
Growing
Yeah.
pains. We all go through them. I mean, that's just kind of what goes down when your team kind of gets big, right? You're gonna be Division 1 at some point. So
maybe if they keep sucking, they may not.
yeah, that's true. They got
not a good team. They ever since they joined the championship, they haven't been good. I think maybe they've made the playoffs once, but it wasn't a good showing. No, they're not a good team. They don't have a deep bench. They play on a shit field, and now they got shit fans. So maybe that'll all change when they move to Corktown.
Ken said it, not me.
You can tweet me at who cares.
Well, while you're on Reddit, if you can find out about, I'm having an issue with my dishwasher. No, I mean, like Detroit is, it's interesting going up there. We kind of laugh about corner kicks and just like, you know, it's an interesting pitch. Ken, you've been there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very tight quarters.
It's a terrible field. I mean, the Josh Jones is not going to be able to get his big catapult throws in because the sideline is like 3 feet away from where the stands start. The stands are crumbling down. It worked for them. It was cheap, and they are able to, I think, get the funding for the Corktown Stadium. Although I've heard some of that is a little iffy as well. So, you know, they're really kind of in a house of straws right now. We'll see how it works.
They were in a punk band, right? They were on like IRS Records, Casablanca Records, and now they got signed to A&M or whatever, and now they've got
to produce a fucking album.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keyworth, definitely a different style, different vibe, and that new stadium totally. You know, Keyworth was built by it was like a government thing, right? It was like part of the.
It was a Depression era.
Yeah.
Funded. We need to put people to work in Detroit.
The new deal.
The new soccer deal in Detroit, but yeah, they have sputtered along, and then a 1-0 loss against Lexington. Lexington is surging up the rankings in the West, so this is going to be interesting coming down to the wire. You know, we talked about Louisville City just being dominant on the road, dominant at home, on their way, hopefully, to a second consecutive Players' Shield. But you look at the rest of the league and you think, I'm not really sure how many teams out there on the level of Louisville City at this point. Not to jinx anything, but, you know, I'm like Matt said, fully confident there's no reason we can't walk away from Rock City with some points. Yeah. 3 of them.
I think so.
Yeah. City, Charleston, and then everybody else.
Yep.
Well, Tulsa's pretty good out in the West, so let's not ignore.
Okay, at least in the East.
The great work that's going on out at Tulsa, but in the East, it is definitely a 2-horse race, and 1 horse is getting way ahead of it.
Well, I didn't make the game, guys, on Saturday, but I have to give a shout out to my 2 Cowboys here. I don't know what exactly is going on, but I have to give a shout out to my father-in-law. Happy 70th birthday, Don. We actually went out. Yeah, he's got a pontoon boat. I decided against the will of my family to upload a few of these photos here. I think I've got one here. So here I'm pretty sheltered. You guys know this, and it's probably why it's probably why I love the Capo so much. I text you guys. I think you were in shock that this was my first adventure out on a lake. First adventure out on the lake.
Oh, and you've lived in Kentucky your entire life.
I've lived in Kentucky my entire life. There I am, captain of the ship.
With a is that a beer? You're driving a boat with a beer in your hand.
Well, I'm getting her done right there.
I mean, it's his first time on a lake. He doesn't know it's illegal, right? And you can use that in a court of law, I believe.
I don't know if it is.
Check that out. I think that's real. Yeah, you can do that.
I was actually scoping it out. He has these little, one binocular telescopic things that are going on.
Monocular.
Spotting pirates.
Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this picture to cooperate here.
What are we looking at?
Oh, there it is. Yes. So we ate at Patty's on Sunday. Patty's. You guys ever heard of Patty's?
Is that your aunt or something?
No, that's my brother-in-law in the background there. But that is bread in a flower pot with some amazing strawberry butter. I just like to give Patty's a shout out. Old settlement there in Western Kentucky. There's some pretty cool stuff down there. Kentucky Lake is humongous. I didn't realize exactly. You look at it on the map, but man, it just really doesn't do it justice. But I tell you, when my father-in-law said take the wheel, I was a little. I'm not sure if I was ready for that, and I'm still not sure. But
there's nothing to hit, man.
Is this show sponsored by Visit Western Kentucky or something?
No, there is. There's the Paducah Purple supporters group down there. There's
what?
Three members. Yeah,
it's just 3 members. Is it your mom
and my in-laws? Yeah, but no, it was a good time. So, and I have a heck of a cool father-in-law, so I had to give him a shout out. But yeah, you say that there's nothing out there. Let me tell you something. That lake was full of like miniature yachts and stuff. I was like, and then one of the pontoons on the pontoon boat had a hole in it. So as we were going along, the boat kept going to the right. So by the time we got into shore, we were all just like on one side. That was kind of fun. Flex seal.
The lake was full of bacteria. But...
Well, that too, and dead catfish. But all right.
Why was that bread in a flower pot, though?
Well, that's just kind of their thing. They're known for their pork chops. They also have incredible vegetarian menu even. Yeah, so it's a good place to stop. And it's like there's like a little village there around. It's very unique. It's a village. What? Yeah, they built a little village.
What are you doing?
We're trying to build a village ourselves, and if you hit that like button or subscribe to our channel, that helps us build the village. You can also go to our Discord, scanning that QR code, or check the link that might have expired in the comments below, and leave a comment while you're there as well. So,
you think we say dumb shit on here? I mean, we said the dumbest shit on Discord.
Yeah.
There's been some
missing half of it.
You can screenshot it and everything.
There's been some great stuff on Discord, and you two really lead that. A lot of good information out there, and a lot of good conversation we have with the fellow Discordians. So I really have a lot of fun, or at least reading them, as I usually am lost and see like a message pop on my phone and don't have time to even respond. But
give it a sensible chuckle.
A sensible chuckle, yes. We hope that we're going to be able to give a sensible chuckle after a big win on Saturday. It's now a must-win. A crunch time win would be great. The NWSL playoff race and Racing Louisville returns home. A high-stakes showdown against Angel City FC. Both teams set just outside of that playoff line, 10th and 11th, respectively. Ugh. With only 5 games left in the regular season. Racing will be looking to bounce back from a tough road loss in Utah, while Angel City arrives hungry after a recent win. This is going to be a physical game, I feel like, guys. A very physical game, and it's got a lot of ramifications to it. And we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. We know Emma Sears Sonus coming off pretty strong performances in Utah, at least the second half. We've got to start this game hot, and we got to stay hot, right, Ken?
Absolutely, yeah. So Angel City's coming off 2 wins, and I know, Matt, you got some of these stats, but they suck at away games. I'll just put it like that. I don't think they've won 0 wins in the last 5 away games. They suck on the road. So according to my stat goblin, which is different than yours, we have a better probability of win by about 10 or so percent to win this field. A healthy Aaron Wright is very important to this. I hope we get a update soon. We do have on the way back and playing Lauren Millay, which is also a very important player that we've deeply missed for a number of games. I want to desperately see a good game from Ari Borges. You know, she has the potential to do it. She just sometimes misplaces her passes or is in the wrong position in the defense when teams get counterattack on us, because we press so high. You really got to get back. So I'm looking for all the stuff. I think we have the desire, the grit, the authenticity, the intensity, all of those things that Coach Bev loves to say. I think it's all there. They have a chance to get a little bit of a rest for a day, then back to training, and let's kick ass on Saturday.
Angel City just transferred Alyssa Thompson, who was kind of their star forward, as well, to Chelsea for, I believe, the biggest transfer fee in league history. So good for Alyssa Thompson, and good for us because we don't have to deal with her now. There's still Riley Tiernan, but to be honest, even with Alyssa Thompson, they weren't scoring a whole lot of goals to begin with. So, I mean, we're going to be tested for sure, but plenty of opportunities to score as well.
Yeah, I feel like we've got a good opportunity against Angel City, and they have struggled this year. We've just struggled here recently, so let's hope we get back to form. Sometimes, Ken, you know that having a lot of pressure and a do-or-die situation makes people really step up to the plate, right?
John, real quick, can you pull up the table?
Oh, I sure can.
Whoa.
I usually do that.
I really want to address. I want to address your question. Because it in Sonus in her post game presser talked about this as well, and I was pretty impressed by what she said, because she talked about adversity, and this team has overcome a lot of on the field adversity and injury adversity this year. And a lot of what adversity can do for you, if you have the right mentality about it, and I think they do, is it makes you stronger. When you can go back and objectively look at what went wrong and be honest with yourself and make those improvements and put the work in, and I know they're putting the work in, then losses like the last 3 that we've had, which were fucking gnat's ass margins of losses, make you a much stronger team down the stretch when you're trying to split hairs.
And I think that point stands for not only this year, but like years after this as well. I mean, just the development of these players, a lot of the young players, like facing this kind of adversity in the long run is good. It's good for them. It's good for their games.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that maybe is a selling point of racing, is because you're not going to be in the star-studded roster. You're going to be in the blue-collar camp where
that's right.
It's gritty. You have to go through adversity. But because the NWSL is structured like it's structured, you get to play for it all, and it's going to be close in points every year. Do we have the points up?
Matt,
how close it is?
Matt, I was going to say the playoffs, as I said at the top of the show, first time we found ourselves out of playoff contention since May, but it's not like it's impossible, right? We're going to have a good chance of being right back in it.
Yeah, for sure. So we're 2 games behind. We're 2 points behind North Carolina at this point for the last spot, correct? Oh, and you guys can check the math on any of this, please do. So we need to at least match North Carolina's result this weekend, right? If we're 2 behind them, if they win, we need to win. We need to keep pace. If they draw, we ideally need to win, but we at least need to draw. And then, which basically means the playoffs start this weekend. This is it. The playoffs have begun for us.
Yeah. Yep. 28. Yeah.
And next week we have North Carolina in North Carolina, and really that's going to be our championship game for until we make the next one, because that's going to determine who's going to get that last spot.
Hopefully they're looking at it like that. I mean, I think they need to for sure. I think
Orlando could still continue to plummet. We could.
Yeah, a lot of things could happen, right? Like we could just see a team completely implode. Like
Angel City.
It's a chaos league.
Angel City's sitting on 24 points. It's 4 points to 8th. A lot of things can happen in the next 2 games.
Yeah.
Woo.
Regardless, we did not want to find ourselves in this position, but when you have the kind of, I mean, there's a lot of factors going on there in the last couple of weeks, and not finishing strong is one of them. And we've got to find a way to finish strong. We've got to find a way to start strong and stay strong. I mean, like it's 2 different teams, and I know Coach Bev, there was probably a very interesting halftime speech. So I know that she got them riled up for that second half, but a lot of that had to do with possibly the travel and the back and forth and all the emotions that happened over the last week. So I think, like you said, Ken, they're going to get a day of rest. You got some players that have stepped up as of late. Sonus, I think, has just been one of the main ones, and Ari's got to put those goals home. She had a nice attempt there that went off the crossbar in that last match, but hopefully she steps up to the plate. But I think the biggest X factor, gentlemen, is it's at Lynn Family Stadium. We need to pack that place, bring our friends, furry or human friends.
Bring your dogs.
Yes, and
don't bring humans, bring dogs. There's too many people in the stadium. We need more dogs. Fill it with dogs.
Fill that stadium up with dogs.
Fucking people is what I'm saying.
And
yes.
Pups on the pitch is always a lot of fun. And so it's going to be a beautiful night, and I think it would mean the world to this team to get out and support them. The news of Savannah DeMello has made the rounds. I mean, it's like on WLKY every day. I mean, so there's a lot of talk about this team, and now we need to show up and support this team where it counts. And Matt, you're right. This is the playoffs in a sense for us.
Yeah. For sure. 100%.
So
you got to reach down and get that extra 10% from wherever.
Yeah, back to this.
If they can endure what they have endured, there's nothing that they can't endure, right? Like, if they can bounce back from just the month that they've been through, yeah, there's nothing they cannot endure.
It's mind over matter. If I don't mind, it don't matter.
It's a lot like bread in a flower pot when you think about it.
It really is. It really is. Now, guys, one thing that we were doing there for a while, we didn't do it last week. Last week was kind of like one of those episodes that I don't really remember last week's episode, but I know that we did not.
Was that good?
It was that good. Oh, we did it late. That's right. We were a little late, but that's okay. Everybody was traveling and kung fu fighting, but you might have noticed last week we did not have the quiz. Now, one bit of feedback I got on the program.
I honestly didn't notice.
Was that my mom said, "Oh, I missed the quiz this week." So now,
thank you, Mama Harper.
Now, before we got on, yes,
we absolutely hate it.
Before we got on the air, Matt had to step away for a moment. And while he was away, I said, "Well, Ken, these quizzes, they're really something. I can't, it's kind of like hard to find a good in between, very, very hard and super easy. So I have one here. Knowing both of you are for like 0 for 4 on this thing, I have one here that I think's pretty easy, but maybe a little difficult. I'm gonna bring
I don't
it up
want a
here.
Gamby. Come on.
This is not okay. Oh, that was not it. Hold on one moment, please. That is the last one that we actually did. Let's go to the new one here. Is this the new one?
I don't even know that one. Did we do that one?
Oh, yeah, we did that one, but that's not it. We're going to do this one
We didn't
instead.
do that one.
I don't even remember that answer. So even
I
if we
don't
did
remember
that
that answer.
again, I couldn't give you.
These are all the
the
old
correct
ones.
answer.
Oh, well, these are not okay. So I'm gonna just do this audio version. We can get off the bread screen. We are looking for our second
Eat the bread.
consecutive Players Shield. Last year,
Okay.
who was the player that led us in goals?
Wilson Harris.
Yeah, had to be.
You both got on the win column tonight, gentlemen. Wilson Harris with 19 goals in the 2024 campaign. Goodrum hot on his tail, but he's going to have to really, really score a lot of goals between the end of the season. I think he's at 12 or.
Well, this
That
is
question was like the equivalent of putting your name on the SAT and getting like 1,200 points or whatever, right? Like
this is
that cannot count.
This is one of those years, like what was it, 2018, where every field player scored. You know, we're spreading around the goals. You know, like butter.
It's like butter, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how Goodrum ends up. It was good to see that fancy footwork in the last match, that's for sure. And it's good to see each and every one of you. It was a stressful weekend in some ways because it was just like go. I got back last night at 7:30, but I was just so excited because I was getting to see my buddies and do something I love here. So, Ken, any closing comments this evening?
Well, no. I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody on Saturday.
Absolutely. Matt?
No, I got nothing.
Is that kind of
I know
matching
you're
your
looking
intro?
for something. Yeah. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing.
Well, we appreciate each
left
and
it all
every
on the
one of
field.
you. Left it on the field, yes. We appreciate everybody watching tonight and today and whatever else, or listening in. Don't forget we are available on numerous podcasting networks. Just look for us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button. As I said earlier, we are closing in on 125 subscribers because we've been at 124 for about a week. But yeah, hit that subscribe button and give us a little follow. Hit that little ding because that does things. But then turn off notifications because that's annoying. All right.
I think you should do whatever you want to do. You don't have to listen to John. You do whatever you want.
Definitely don't listen to John.
You're your own person.
But we hope that you get to listen to us talk, and we'll listen to you talk Saturday as we get out to support Racing Louisville FC at the FAM. And that is all the time we have for Ken Luther and Matt Dalton. I'm John Harper. We are 24-hour Purple People. We will see you next time, fam. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. I love you.